Hey guys, Thrasher here, and it looks like we have a brand new banner on the way tonight, so with that being said, it's time we look at solutions to power creep. Let's talk about it right now. Okay, so the first thing we should look at is go to menu and then go to news, and we see that there is a maintenance notice. Essentially, we can keep playing the game, but we can't use the shop or the summons. That's because most likely we're going to get a new summon banner tonight. If you were to ask me, my guess is it's going to be another one of those legendary Saiyans banners. The two characters that make the most sense to me are Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. They fit in the timeline. They would fit on a legendary Saiyans banner, and it's pretty much the only banner that we could really post right now. We already have our Ultra Space Time banner up. We already have Legends Rising banner, so that's really the last choice, unless they come up with a brand new banner, but that's the one that makes sense to me. It's always possible that maybe we get some Dragon Ball characters, maybe we get some GT characters, maybe they start on Super, but Super makes absolutely no sense if you ask me whatsoever. So I think the leading option there is Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. We'll see what happens. So let's back out of here and let's talk about actual power creep. So those characters are probably going to be very powerful, and as I said in a previous video, power creep is getting pretty insane. Characters are just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So what are some of the things that we can do to make previous characters viable? And also, one of the other things I want to talk about here is a lot of people are saying, oh, well, these characters are going to get power crept and then they're going to be useless and the devs aren't going to do anything to make them better because all they care about is making stronger and stronger characters. One of the issues with making stronger and stronger characters is eventually people catch on and they realize, hey, I'm not going to spend money on this character if they're going to be garbage in 6 months, or I'm not going to spend money on this character if they're not really great right now and they never will be good. So one of the things that they try to do, and we saw this with one of the solutions, which I'll talk about in just a second, is they balance characters out. So every time that they level the characters up from here on out, I expect to see character balances. So when we go from 1500 up to our next class up, which may be 2000, maybe 2500, who knows, but whatever that class up is, we will probably see some bonus to characters once they class up. Great examples of that are Pan, so let's go look at Pan real quick. She's a very good example of this. And let's go character list. Now, because of the sidestep nerf, she has been nerfed again. She's not great anymore, but for a while there she was very powerful again because of this ability right here. Inflicted damage up, so 30% to damage inflicted from battle start for 25 timer counts. That only kicks in once you get her to her current highest class. And a good example of what it looks like when they get this bonus but you don't have the bonus yet is if we go to Kura, wherever he is at, down here somewhere, because I never got him, open him up, and then we go to abilities. We see right here, boost blast up, it's locked. It is unlocked at master class. So I think we're going to continue to see that whenever we get our next class up. We're going to get boost to older, crappier, for lack of a word, characters. So we may see the green Piccolo come back into being viable because he gets some buff to his character, because right now he has no use whatsoever. And I hope that's the case. We've seen it so far. I think it's going to continue to happen. The next thing that I think needs to happen is, like I was stating in the power creep video, we need to see a diversification of tags and characters. So rather than making characters that continue to get stronger and stronger, we need to see characters in specific tags that are very separated out that make the tag as a whole stronger. So we need to see lots of Fusion Warrior characters coming out that are not necessarily super strong by themselves, but they get huge bonuses for being on Fusion Warrior teams. And we need to see lots of characters that are not extremely powerful by themselves, but they get huge bonuses if they're on regeneration teams. And the same is true from the Z ability side. We need to see Z abilities that are very, very compartmentalized, and I would like to see from here on out Z abilities that are sort of future facing. So when you have a new character that comes out that's very powerful, they're already doing this a little bit with Gogeta and with Gotenks. You have a new character that comes out, they're very powerful, and their Z ability only really helps them and will help some future team, so that way that character is not extremely powerful across the board in every single area. They're good except for their Z ability, and then their Z ability will be viable as they lose power in the future. A secondary thing that I'd like to see that I think would be very powerful is secondary Z abilities. If you have older characters, they have to class up to a certain level and they get another Z ability, and you can completely split them out. It doesn't have to be like Super Vegeta's ability, so let's go look at Super Vegeta real quick, all the way up here somewhere, right here, and we look at his Z ability, right? It's 19% to Super Saiyan base blast attack and critical damage during battle. That is a hybrid Z ability. It has two different focuses to it, but what we could have is, okay, he's 19% to Super Saiyan blast attack and critical damage. Say far in the future he's not good anymore. He gets a second Z ability that is 15% bonus blast defense to yellow units, or something more viable than that, to Vegeta family units, to anything of that nature where there's a second Z ability that gives him added viability on specific teams in the far future once we have that diversity, but we need the diversity of teams first before that secondary Z ability can really be powerful. Because then he works on a Super Saiyan team as a bench unit, he works on a, let's say the second ability is yellow, he works on a yellow team as a bench unit, but if you were to run a team that is a yellow Super Saiyan team, he would be immensely powerful. And those are the major things I wanted to cover. If you think there are other ways that power creep can be subdued a little bit, obviously we can never stop it, but at least some ways to help slow it down and still make the characters get stronger and stronger, feel free to throw it down below and let's talk about it. And if you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.